There's a blue in the morning before the sunlight hits the sill, when the world hasn't asked anything of me yet, and still the particular quiet of it is the freest I will feel in any given day, more free than any stage or deal. I make the coffee and I stand beside the window there, and the blue is like a velvet on the ordinary air, and nobody is watching and nobody has a need, and I am just the man standing in the morning free. Blue velvet morning, where the real life lives.
Blue velvet morning,
Blue velvet morning, before the day gives,
before the day gives
all it's gonna give. Just the morning and just me. Blue velvet morning, the only time I'm free. Blue velvet morning, when nobody else is here.
blue velvet morning,
Blue velvet morning, when the world is still and clear. This is where the music comes from. This is where it starts. Blue velvet morning, where the singer finds the heart. The stages have been magnificent, I won't pretend they weren't. The roar of a great audience is something you don't unlearn, but the roar is not the reason, and the reason is the thing I carry from the morning to whatever night will bring. Had a morning in the winter when the blue was almost gray, when the life looked like a question with no answer on the way, and the coffee and the window and the quiet of the room were the only things between me and the permanent perfume of despair. But the blue came back by 8 o'clock or so, and I remember that the morning is what makes the show worth doing, not the show itself, but what the morning gives. The blue velvet morning, when you remember why you live.
blue velvet morning,
Where the honest man returns.
blue velvet morning,
Blue velvet morning, where the real fire burns quiet,
blue velvet morning,
when nobody else is here.
blue velvet morning,
Blue velvet morning, when the world is still and clear. This is where the music comes from. This is where it starts. Blue velvet morning, where the singer finds the heart. Now I protect the morning like I protect the voice itself. Keep the business and the noise on the afternoon's high shelf, and guard the blue velvet hour for the man who lives inside. The singer, the one the morning keeps alive. If you took the stages from me, I would lose a great deal of light. If you took the voice from me, I would lose the particular right to be exactly forgetfulness is rough. I said thank you for the forecast, and I put it in my boot. Walked back out into the morning, and I planted a new route right in the middle of the thing that they declared already done. Said the concert isn't over till the concert has been won. Won back from every whisper and every written doubt. Comeback highway was still open. I was going out on the comeback highway, where the strong ones find their way. On the comeback highway, where it matters what you say with your feet, with your feet. Comeback highway, running long and wide and real. Comeback highway, you remember how it feels to be alive in the music and the music being you. Comeback highway, and I'm driving straight on through. Head a year somewhere in the middle of the decade I won't name, when the energy was absent and the music felt the same. Kinda hollow, going through the motions of the thing, without the fire underneath the thing that makes it sing. Got up on a Tuesday with nowhere particular to be, and I drove until the landscape started meaning something to me. Pulled off on the roadside in the middle of the South, and I sang out to the nothing that was pouring from my mouth. The nothing turned to something around verse 2 or 3. The something turned to fire around the first real key. Change that I felt in my chest, not the one on the page. Comeback highway opens when you sing into the cage. On the comeback highway, where the brave ones find the star. On the comeback highway, where you follow what's in your heart, in your heart, in your heart. Comeback highway, running long and wide and real. Comeback highway, you remember how it feels to be alive in the music and the music being you. Comeback highway, and I'm driving straight on through. The highway has no end. Every mile a conversation with the man around the bend, who was me 6 months ago when the highway wasn't showing. I kept driving anyway because the highway keeps on going. Some people quit at the first sign of the cold. Me, I just turned up the collar of the coat that I was sold by experience, and kept on walking toward the warm. Comeback highway lives on the other side of every storm. Comeback highway, running long and wide and real. Comeback highway, you remember how it feels to be alive in the music and the music being you. And I'm driving, I'm flying straight on through. They wrote the final chapter back in '68, they said. Put the crown away, son, all the best years are dead. I stood in front of the mirror in a room outside of town, and the man looking back at me refused to put it down. The weight of what I carry and the music in my chest, the voice that started climbing when they put me to the test. Sat down at the piano in the early morning hours and sang the walls to shaking with whatever else was ours. There's a fire behind these eyes that you will never understand. There's a fire in this body that was built into this man, built into this man. Fire behind these eyes, and it ain't going out tonight. Fire in the backbone, burning everything to light. Every doubt they ever handed me became the fuel I used. Fire behind these eyes, and baby, I refuse. I know what people whisper when they think I'm out of range. I know the way the column inches talk about the change in the voice, in the manner, in the life behind the stage. But the life behind the stage has got a fire in its cage that no photograph has captured and no headline understands. It's the Sunday morning gospel from the preacher's open hands. It's the moment in the music when the music becomes prayer. Fire behind these eyes, and baby, it's still there. There's a fire behind these eyes. You'll see it when I sing. There's a power in this vessel that was meant for something, meant for something more. Fire behind these eyes, and it ain't going out tonight. Fire in the backbone, burning everything to light. Every doubt they ever handed me became the fuel I used. Fire behind these eyes, and baby, I refuse. At night when all the voices and the cameras go away, and it's just the man in the mirror at the ending of the day, I look him in the eyes and I say everything is real. The fire is still burning. Can you feel it? Can you feel? This isn't the rehearsal, and this isn't the performance. This is what a man is when the fire finds its purpose. And the purpose is the sing, and the singing is alive. Fire behind these eyes, and baby, I survive. Fire behind these eyes, and it ain't going out tonight. Fire in the backbone, burning everything to light. Every doubt they ever handed me became the fuel I used. Fire behind these eyes, and I will never be refused. the hymns before the sun came over Tupelo, before the house had warmed enough to let the blanket go. She sang them like they cost her something, like the singing was the paying for the grace she was receiving while the morning light was graying. I was 7 and I didn't understand the full theology, but I understood the sound of it, the sound inside of me. It landed in the body and it stayed there like a root. And 60 years of everything I am grew from that fruit. Gospel in my shoes, it's how I walk the hardest days. Gospel in my shoes, it's how I find my way through.
Gospel in my shoes,
Wherever I have walked,
gospel in my shoes.
in everything I've talked into existence, every song that found the people in the dark. Gospel in my shoes, it's the thing that lit the spark. There were years the gospel was the only thing that held, when the rest of what I'd built had failed and almost failed. The man completely years I wouldn't name in company, but the music that my mother sang kept company with me. Through every complicated middle of every complicated night, it wasn't always comfort, sometimes it was just the light of knowing something deeper than the trouble was alive.
Gospel in my shoes,
Gospel in my shoes, the reason I survive.
gospel in my shoes,
It carried me through fire,
gospel in my shoes.
it pulled me from the mire, pulled me from the mire. Gospel in my shoes, wherever I have walked,
Gospel in my shoes,
in everything I've talked into existence, every song that found the people in the dark. Gospel in my shoes, it's the thing that lit the spark. Take the gospel to the stage and to the studio floor. Every note I've ever meant has had the Sunday at its core. Not the performance of the pious, the real thing underneath. The gospel in my shoes is every promise that I keep. My mother never knew the stages or the naming lights. She knew the hymns at sunrise and the long unglamorous nights of raising something from the nothing that the poverty allows. She planted gospel in my shoes, and every song is her vow.
gospel in my shoes,
Wherever I have walked,
gospel in my shoes.
in everything I've talked into existence, every song that found the people in the dark. Gospel in my shoes, and the spark is in my heart.
Gospel in my shoes, gospel in my shoes.
Memphis on a gray November morning, when the river was the color of a life without a warning, that the years were gonna change things in the way they always do. Stood outside the house on Alabama, and I knew something in the soil of this particular block of city, something in the smell of it that wasn't really pretty. By the standards of the places I had lived in since I left, was the most alive thing in my lungs with every breath. Memphis gave me something that I carried every road. Memphis put the gospel and the blues inside this load. I call my voice, I call my voice. Memphis resurrection, coming back to what was true. Memphis resurrection, finding out the real you wasn't lost. It was waiting in the red clay and the song. Memphis resurrection, been inside me all along. Drove past the old Assembly of God on McLemore, where the Sunday morning singing came through every door and settled in the body like it settles in a child, before the world gets complicated and before the wild business of becoming takes the gospel out of you, or tries to polish what the rawness always knew. That the real voice is the one that comes from something deeper than the stage, the voice that makes the audience a keeper. Oh, something they weren't holding when they walked into the room. The Memphis in the singing cuts right through the costume. Oh, the performance finds a human underneath the show. Memphis resurrection, that's the only way I know. Memphis gave me everything before I knew it gave. Memphis put the fire in this voice before the stage, before the stage. Memphis resurrection, coming back to what was true. Memphis resurrection, finding out the real you wasn't lost. It was waiting in the red clay and the song. Memphis resurrection, been inside me all along. Wow. Everywhere I go, it's the tuning fork inside me for the things I need to know. Is this real? Is this honest? Does it come from something true? Memphis resurrection, every morning, every time I'm new. The city doesn't know it. It gave me everything I am. Every corner of it living in the music like a song. Memphis resurrection, and I'm never going home, because home has been inside me everywhere I've ever gone. Oh, Memphis resurrection, coming back to what was true. Memphis resurrection, finding out was waiting in the red clay and not a hobby, and not something for the story. Of real life, the music was the realest thing alive. Before the record deals, before the stages, before 500 people in a room were looking at the boy from Tupelo who couldn't quite contain the thing inside the joy. Raised by lightning, that ain't always what it sounds like. Raised by lightning sometimes means you're living in the strike zone. In the strike zone. The stages and the records and the rooms where people came. Raised by lightning, and the lightning is my name. But lightning is a burden too, I'll tell you what I mean. The gift aroused before the wisdom and the years between. The lightning and the management of living with the gift are years of trial and error with the thunder as you drift. I was famous in a way that fame wasn't built to hold. At 22 years old, you can't be told what 60 will eventually deliver as the lesson. Every lightning struck young man is still just guessing what to do with all the current running through the wire. That is the life charged up with something higher than the average. And average ain't the problem or the gift. The gift is learning how to carry what the lightning left. Raised by lightning, and the current never quits. Raised by lightning, and the current never fits neatly into ordinary, neatly into plan. Raised by lightning, that's the deal for this kind of man. Raised by lightning, and the lightning left a mark. Raised by lightning, and the mark became the spark that lit the stages and the records and the rooms where people came. Raised by lightning, and the lightning is my name. Current without fearing it. Learn to channel what the lightning gave without the steering it. Of course the course is the music, and the music is the life. And the life was always simpler than I made it in the strife of managing the gift. The gift just wants to be expressed. The gift just wants the stage and the guitar and the rest. This detail is the business, is the noise around the thing. Raised by lightning, and the lightning taught me how to sing. They couldn't manufacture what the lightning left in me. They tried with all their expertise and all their industry to bottle it and market it. The lightning doesn't bottle. Raised by lightning, and I got my foot on the throttle. Raised by lightning, and the lightning left a mark. Raised by lightning, and the mark became the spark that lit the stages and the records and the rooms where people came. Raised by They came to me in 70 with a list of what to change. Said the image needs adjusting and the music needs a range of appeal that they were managing. And I should understand that the king had to be guided by a more experienced hand. I looked at that experienced hand, and then I looked away. Said the only hand that guides his voice is God's. And then I'll say, whatever give in. The king don't kneel, not to the contract and the clause. The king don't kneel, not to the manufactured applause. Not to the applause. The king don't kneel to the ones who want the tamer version. The king don't kneel, that would be a worse desertion of the gift that any failure or any dark year ever made. The king don't kneel, and that is how the king gets paid. I've been managed and I've been directed and I've been owned by contracts that I signed before I understood the zone. I was entering the business that eats the thing it loves and calls it care and calls it guidance, calls it kid glove. Treatment when the glove is iron and the care is control. I learned it late, but I learned the lesson complete and whole. The voice belongs to God, and what comes after is the man. And the man has got a backbone. The king don't bend the plan. The king don't kneel, not to the people who diminish. The king don't kneel, not before the thing is finished. Not before it's finished. The king don't kneel to the ones who want the tamer version. The king don't kneel, that would be a worse desertion of the gift that any failure or any dark year ever made. The king don't kneel, and that is how the king gets paid. Now I look back on the years that tried to make me something less, and I'm grateful for the spine that told the lesser things to rest. Because the voice I'm singing with tonight was built to fill the room, not to fill the spreadsheet and the quarterly review. Give me all the critics and I'll show them what remains. Give me all the business contracts, I'll show them what sustains. Past every cause and every management decision ever made. The king don't kneel, the king was built to last and not to fade. The king don't kneel to the ones who want the tamer version. The king don't kneel, that would be a worse desertion of the gift that any failure or any dark year ever made. The king don't kneel, and the king has finally been paid. They own the contract and they own the name on paper and the press. They own the tour and schedule and the image and the dress. Code and 100 other details I conceded in the room, because I was 21 and the room had all the room. They thought they needed, but there's one thing in the deal they forgot to put a clause on, and the thing they couldn't feel was the voice, the actual instrument, the thing I built alone. own. The voice they couldn't own. They tried it every year. The voice they couldn't own. It was never theirs to steer. Never theirs to steer. The voice they couldn't own because it wasn't theirs to take. The voice they couldn't own. The voice they couldn't own because it's built over what I made. The voice they couldn't own. Of experience and gospel and the morning and the years. The voice they couldn't own. And that was always crystal clear. I signed a lot of things I shouldn't have in years I was too young to understand the legal implication of the tongue. I put my name against, but one thing never made it to the page. One thing always lived outside the contract and the stage. The way I held the note when the note needed holding longer. The way I broke the phrase when breaking made the phrase grow stronger. The particular vibrato that I found between the notes that came from Gladys singing in the morning, that one's not for quote. In any contract not for managing or directing or advising, that one was given freely before anyone was pricing the gift. And so the gift stayed free, the one essential thing. The voice they couldn't own is what I'll always bring. The voice they couldn't own, it's in the room right now. The voice they couldn't own, let me tell you how it sounds to be free. The voice they couldn't own because it wasn't theirs to take. The voice they couldn't own because it's built of what I made. The voice they couldn't own. Of experience and gospel in the morning and the years. The voice they couldn't own, and that was always crystal clear. Decades and the documents and deals, and I'm grateful that the one thing they could never put in seals and signatures and clauses was the actual living sinner. The voice is what it always was before the 1st December. I sang it in a studio on a Tuesday in the fall. And it came out sounding like the thing that started it all. The boy in Tupelo with nothing but the gift and the desire. The voice they couldn't own, and it is still on fire. Give me all the clean and safe and ready for the market, and unhaunted by the thing that makes a song worth singing in the first place, the place where honest living meets its worst. And it's best simultaneously. I wrote that version down, put it in a drawer inside a room across from town. And then I wrote the other one, the one you're hearing now, the one that cost me something. Let me tell you how. When the voice speaks true, something in the room goes still. When the voice speaks true, people feel it in their will to be honest, their own will. When the voice speaks true, it doesn't need the lights or the staging. When the voice speaks true, there's no gap between the singing and the aging of the man who's doing it. It's all one thing. When the voice speaks true, that's when the voice can really sing. I've performed in 40 countries, and I've stood in 100 halls, where the technical perfection rang so cleanly off the walls that the audience applauded and went home with nothing changed. And I played in 3-room venues where the lighting was deranged, and the sound was barely adequate, and 4 things went wrong. But the 112 people heard the honest in the song, and left with something different than they walked in carrying. When the voice speaks true, truth is what the voice will bring. When the voice speaks true, it doesn't ask for your permission. When the voice speaks true, it completes its own commission. Its own commission. When the voice speaks true, it doesn't need the lights or the staging. When the voice speaks true, there's no gap between the singing and the aging of a man who's doing it. It's all one thing. When the voice speaks true, that's when the voice can really sing. So when they ask me for the version that will sell more easily, I hand them the one in the drawer and say that one isn't me. The other one, the costly one, is already in the room. The voice speaks true, or the voice speaks into someone else's tune. Every great voice I've ever known has had this in common. They paid the price of honesty in every single autumn of their career. The price of singing true and safe was offered. When the voice speaks true, nothing is surrendered, nothing squandered. When the voice speaks true, it doesn't need the lights or the staging. When the voice speaks true, there's no gap between the singing and the aging of a man who's doing it. It's all one thing.